Hey, hey, hey! Welcome. Hi, guys. Welcome to another episode of The Curious Intern. I feel like I rushed that. Okay, let me do it again. Welcome to another episode of Curious Intern. If this is your first time joining, I want to say welcome. God loves you. This is not a mistake. You were not here by mistake, okay? Everything is done in time and in season. So, this is your time to listen to this. So, listen and be blessed. If you are a returning listener, and then maybe this is your third, second time, fourth time, whatever time it is to listen to my podcast, I want to say God bless you for sticking with me and God, because basically I am not doing this by my own strength, guys. I know for a fact that recording topics, it's not about loving to talk. You know how people would think, oh, you record a podcast because you like to talk. Nah, I think if you don't have something to say, don't talk. Okay, so like I have to certainly write down topics and like meditate on what to talk about before I do it. But this episode is kind of special to me. Is it? It is. It is because I'm just talking about the month of May was like my babe's birthday month, and he clocked a wonderful age, and he's plus one, and it just made me to realize that a lot of plus when you say plus one, you just say another year, another time capsule, another chapter of your life. I started this podcast thing on my birthday. No, not on my birthday, like some days before or after. But I shall released it around my birthday time. So it was my very first episode was getting older or younger. And you know how I debated on whether it was very important to either get old or to get young, and how me personally, I feel it is very important to understand the beauty of getting older, because once you're older, a lot of things you've passed through already are gone. You can't get them back. Instead, you look forward. So it's like forward ever. But some people would argue they prefer getting younger, like they would want to go back and correct some things. And I keep telling them there's no such thing. Even if you go back to correct some things, you cannot go back with the previous knowledge of the old you. So you cannot be 40 years old in a 20-year-old body. No, that's not real. That's just fantasy. That's science fiction. So in reality, if you're going back to be 20, you'll be thinking like a 20-year-old, and so you will have no knowledge of what happened in the next 20 years, and so you will probably still make the same mistakes. So why are you repeating life? Do you get? So that's what I was talking about in the last one. But like, it's not my birthday per se, but it's my partner's birthday month, and during the course of the whole month, it was just like in my head how time in all its glory has no, like, it doesn't care for anyone. Like, if one could slow down time, it would have been like so nice. And I think like one great superpower would be to either freeze time or to speed up time. So like Flash and the rest, but they always have their consequences. Okay, so like how the science people are thinking that we have multiple Earths now. Oh God, this universe is just too vast for them, but it's still bounded by time. Like, once you hear somebody giving years to something, just know that thing has been bounded by time. The only one thing that is not bounded by time is God. That's the only thing. It's not even a thing. The only being is God, okay? So, apart from God, time is a queen in our own. Okay, no, let me say king. I don't even want to be sexist, but, is a deity of its own in all its glory. Time waits for no one. So, just reflecting, and I looked back at his years, and I'm so proud of who he is. I'm proud of what he's done. Regardless of how life wanted to do him, this man still came out on top. Me, I celebrated him more. Regardless, I celebrated him. But I just feel, we should celebrate ourselves too. Time really wants to do things, wants to do us dirty sometimes. But we can't argue with it. God gave it to us. God gave us 24 hours. He gave every single human being 24 hours. I don't think there's any place that has less than 24 hours. Maybe their time might be faster than yours or slower than yours. Or they'll be like, oh, the sun moves forget the day and the time, because the thing is, I think there's a place where they don't really see sun for like a whole year, maybe once or twice, because of but in the end, they have a way of calculating their time. So in the end, they'll still have time to calculate. So like, that's what I'm trying to say. Regardless of how time is calculated in your side, you are bounded by it. And because you're bounded by it, it tends to give us, this rush. Like, I have to finish this. I have to conquer this. I have to, before this, before that. We make goals, we make plans. So that's like the advantage. It allows us to be ordered. Because God is not an author of confusion. He's an orderly person. He likes to do things step by step. He did not create fish before water. He created water before fish. Do you understand? So he creates... He did things in an orderly manner, and that's why when God gave us time, He gave us wisdom that if we ask for, we collect and we receive, and then we will be able to use it wisely. So time in its glory, she or he, I think they are all called she's mostly. Nigerian is a she and all that. So she in all her glory sits in time. It sits on the throne and, governs the activities of man. Of course, God gave her that power. Wisdom is there. There are a lot of queens, my dear. But like, time does her own things. Like, she can't make sure everything is done. So if you are in your own way thinking there's no enough time, my dear, it's you. You're the one that did not create enough time. If they say cook this thing in 6 hours, if you started 2 hours gone in, of course you will not have enough time. So do you get? The one thing that does not shock us is aging. Aging occurs, people. Your cells age, your systems age, your body ages. So yeah, I am 24 plus now, and soon I'll be 25, and I'm so excited for that age. I feel like I've mentioned it a lot. I don't know. I'm just really, really proud of who I'm going to be at 25. I don't know who that is, but I have an idea, and I'm just very, very proud of her. Yeah, she's not there yet, so I have to be saying her in future sense. But yeah, so that's just it, guys. This is going to be a short one, like 10 minutes plus. I think all my podcast episodes are very short. I don't know why. I think that's my own concept, because I've looked at other people's podcasts and I see them talking for 1 hour. Okay, sometimes they're not the only one. Yeah, that's true. Whenever I have somebody with me, I end up doing, long talks and stuff. But very soon, you guys, I feel like there are a lot of people voices out there that still need to be heard, and I just don't want anybody to come on my podcast. So people want to use that familiarity, be like, oh, I know her, let me just come on. Nah, I don't want. I feel these things are dictated in time. Oh God, I've said a lot of words with time right now. There's a word for that, my brother would know. By the way, guys, my brother is a very good person. He's just really cool and nice. I don't even know why I inserted him into this podcast, but regardless, back to what I was saying. Okay, so what was I saying, guys? I know we're talking about how time has power and uses it, but she doesn't try to force it. What the ones that don't understand what it is to manage it. And I was celebrating him, and I was celebrating myself for who I'm gonna be soon. And I was telling you guys about how short this is gonna be, and how other episodes are long. And then, oh yes, that was some people use familiarity to want to come up on my podcast, but that's not what it is. That these podcasts are recorded, yes. So they're like archives in time. They are there. If I check back in the next 5 years, by the grace of God, Jesus tarries, and check my Spotify page, I would see the very first episode I released, and I will be able to see how progressed. Because guys, I think I have progressed. Sometimes when I listen to the very first episodes, I'm like, this voice is too light, or I sounded too fast. But by the grace of God, I feel we're getting better with titles, with pictures and everything. Very soon we would have more. Very soon I'm going to enter, the Instagram reels where you would see my face doing maybe 30 seconds of something I've recorded already. Okay. So I don't know if I'm ever going to do YouTube thing. My job won't really allow me. Not time this time around. Oh God, I'm enjoying myself saying time a lot. But what I mean is, I feel the 24 hours can only take in so much. I'm not going to fool myself with taking more than my 24 hours we allow. Does that make sense? Yeah. So I feel like we should really put that at the back of our heads. So yes, I'm going to do so and so. Will my 24 hours allow me to do it? Please don't rush it. If it's not something that deals with life and death, please don't rush it. And I just wanted to tell him, happy birthday, babe. You know, in arrears or whatever, whenever it's happening. But I just the month just allowed me to appreciate time in her glory. She is really a queen deserving of a crown. She gave us the time that we need. I don't think it was a mistake. We are the ones that, need to go to the palace of Queen Wisdom and take some from her, from Queen Understanding. And the one who is the source of it all is our Father, who has given us the Holy Spirit. Okay, guys, I'm going now. Bye. Thank you for listening. Till next time, God bless you. I love you. You. Please like, share, follow, on my other Instagram handles. If you have any questions, you want to enter my DM, you could always do that on Curious Intern on Instagram. So, bye guys. Bye.